Is this the best Italian restaurant at Disney World? Tucked away at the Four Seasons Orlando, just minutes from the Magic Kingdom, is Ravello, a Michelin-recommended Italian restaurant serving house-made pasta, wood-fired pizzas, and what I hear is the best Italian at Disney. This is my first time here, so let's see if it lives up to the hype. We've been to Via Napoli and Epcot, Tony's in the Magic Kingdom, and of course Trattoria on the boardwalk, but I hear that none of those Italian spots can compete with Ravello. I've only ever dined here for their character breakfast buffet, which was amazing, so I'm so excited to see what this dinner is all about. Stepping inside, the interior is definitely giving more elevated and exactly what you would expect from a restaurant at the Four Seasons. And from what I've seen after reviewing the menu and taking a peek in the open kitchen just behind me, this food is going to be really good. So let's take a look over the menu, and as you can see, it is quite large. We are gonna have a lot of stuff to try today. At the top are the appetizers. They have some focaccia, a burrata dish, a Caesar salad, some mussels that sound really good, but I hear the thing to get in terms of appetizers are the meatballs, so we're definitely gonna have to check them out. As for the pizza, they have a bunch of different options. As I said, made in their wood-fired oven. The prosciutto and burrata sounds amazing, but what they're really known for is right down here. Their pasta. They have a squid ink cavatappi, a bolognese, a house-made spaghetti, some risotto, a veal ravioli, which I hear is a standout, and some rigatoni with pesto. And finally, the main entrees. They have a good mix of seafood, some chicken, some steaks. I hear the ribeye is really quite tasty. So we're gonna have a lot of decisions to make here because I want to try everything. So the really cool thing about this menu is that everything is scratch made. They are making every sauce, every dressing, all of their dough for their pizza and their pasta in-house. And they also have an in-house butcher slicing up all of the steaks and the different meat. Along with that, when you dine here, they want you to be able to experience as much of the menu as possible. So here at Ravello, they actually let you order half orders of things. So if you wanted to try a couple of different pizzas, you can order the pizza half and half. If you wanted to try a couple of different pastas, you're able to order half portions of them for half of the price. So we are definitely going to be taking advantage of that. There are so many things I want to try. I want to try and get to all the most popular and the most recommended dishes on this menu. So starting with appetizers, we got a good spread. We have some bread here, we have some salad, and we also have the highly recommended meatballs. But before we dive into those meatballs, let's try some of this bread. This is a tomato and mozzarella focaccia. It has extra virgin olive oil, herbs, and muffaletta for $8. I'm assuming the muffaletta and the olive oil and herbs are coming by way of these two dipping sauces that we have here, and I must say, I am a tough critic of non-complimentary bread, especially at an Italian restaurant where I feel like you should probably get some complimentary bread served to you, but they are charging here. But I must say, this does look very good, especially the part on the side there with all of that like fried cheese that they have. And I guess this is kind of like a taste of what their pizza is going to be like because it's bread with cheese and tomato there. But let's break ourselves off a piece. I want that piece with all of that burnt cheese from the corner there. Oh my gosh. Okay, this looks and smells really good. I must admit, guys, it's really cheesy as well. Wow. The inside is so soft. Let's just try it as is first. You know what this reminds me a lot of? The dough reminds me of a garlic knot, except it doesn't have any garlic flavor really whatsoever. I wish it did have some garlic flavor. The dough on the inside is super soft and fluffy, but then you have that crunchy crisp from that fried cheese on the outside, which is hands down the best part of this. But let's try this with some of the dipping sauces next. I'm gonna go for what I believe they're calling muffaletta, which maybe is like a muffaletta sandwich. I had one of those when I visited New Orleans, so we'll see. Yep, that's gotta be it. It's like an olive salad, but just blended with some tomatoes. If that's your kind of thing, you'll like that. And we also have some olive oil with those herbs. It looks like some shredded herbs in there. Can't tell what it is. That olive oil is just okay. Again, I wish it had some garlic flavor. I just feel like this bread overall is lacking garlic. Is this bread good? Yes, but at $8 for essentially 4 slices, I don't know if I'd feel the need to get this again. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think the garlic cheesy bread from Trattoria Al Forno that also costs a little extra is better. I think the dipping sauces with that are far better. It comes with an amazing ricotta and an amazing pesto. I think both of those are better than the dipping sauces here. And I have to say, I also think that bread is superior as well. Now it's time for some of the other food, and I cannot possibly wait any longer to dig into these meatballs. These have mortadella, prosciutto, and a pomodoro sauce topped with mascarpone and served with grilled ciabatta for $16. I am very worried about eating all of this red sauce in a light-colored shirt, and the reason I'm so excited for these meatballs, not only have I heard so much about them, these look amazing, and this red sauce looks very similar to my favorite Italian restaurant ever, RIP. They closed, Spirito's in Elizabeth, New Jersey. The red sauce looks very similar in a way that it's chunky and hearty. So hopefully it tastes as good. Let's just try this red sauce here. It's good, very similar, but a little bit sweeter than the sauce that I was talking about. And this big ol' hunk of mascarpone on top looks amazing. So let's cut ourselves off a little meatball. Very soft. My mom would be happy with that. She loves a soft meatball. Some mascarpone, some meatball, bologna sauce. These are good. They're different. They have an interesting flavor to them, probably from the mortadella and the prosciutto that I'm assuming they're putting in these meatballs here, but it has an interesting flavor. My favorite part is hands down that mascarpone on top. Usually when you get meatballs in an appetizer like this, it's served with some ricotta, if any cheese on top, but I really like the mascarpone here because I feel like it's extra creamy. It's creamier than ricotta. But I feel like the ultimate bite is getting some meatball, some mascarpone, and putting it on this grilled bread here. Oh, my bread's falling apart. This is the ultimate bite. That is definitely the way to go. The bread is toasted really nicely and it's seasoned well too. The meatballs are just so soft. They were kind of just falling apart on the bread and they kind of just melt in your mouth as well. I think everything on this dish here pairs very nicely together. I'd get them again. They're very good. I'm curious as to what my mom would think though. You know she's very tough on other people's meatballs. She only eats her own. I need to bring her here and see what she thinks about these. Our final appetizer that we have to try is the Caesar salad with baby romaine lettuce, Parmesan, anchovy, and focaccia croutons for $15. This salad actually wasn't even on my radar. I wasn't planning on ordering it, but then I ran into some friends outside who love Ravello, and they said I had to try the Caesar salad because it is really good. And when I heard they were making the dressing in-house too, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for it. Now, when I did order it, the server asked me if the anchovies were okay, and I said yes, because I kind of expected them to be more like mixed in the Caesar dressing. However, there are some actual fillets of anchovy on here. The skin's on and everything, which does scare me a little bit. But we're just gonna go for it. Is anyone else on Tin Fish TikTok? I'm on Tin Fish Talk, and I keep getting videos for Tin Fish, so that's what these anchovies are reminding me of. I'm gonna even get a bite with it right on that fork there. A little crouton. Ooh, there's some big hunks of Parmesan too. The main thing I tasted in that first bite was the anchovy, so I want to kind of get a bite without the anchovy so I can taste that dressing, that house-made dressing. Take two. I actually think that this dressing is lacking something. Maybe a little lemon, maybe a little fresh cracked pepper would be really good in there, but it's just like missing something. And that extremely fishy flavor from the anchovies is lingering on the salad, even though I kind of just placed them on the side there. That flavor is really lingering. And I like anchovies in like a Caesar dressing, but I can't do the whole fillet. It has a different flavor to me. I'm a huge fan of the big shreds of Parmesan that they have on there and the sheer amount of croutons. There are so many croutons. So that's really good, but there's actually not a lot of like actual lettuce here, especially for $15. The portion is like extremely, extremely tiny. And I don't think the flavor of the dressing is there. I like the Caesar salad over at the Boathouse a lot more. I don't think I would order this again. Yeah, definitely not. While we wait for our next course, I have to mention how loud it is in here. As I'm sure you've all already noticed, it is so loud I can't even like think straight. It's very, very loud in here. But we are on to our pizza, and I got a little split pizza, a half and half. A half prosciutto and burrata pie and a half Bianca pie. Since the Bianca pie doesn't have a red sauce, I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to split it, but turns out, yeah, they could split any pie on the menu. They kind of actually cut the pie in half and make half of one pizza and half of another, and then put them together on a plate. And I am most excited to try the prosciutto and burrata side, so let's start there. This has prosciutto di Parma, basil, and burrata. The original price for this is $26. This pizza is way bigger than I expected, so for the price, the full pie of that prosciutto and burrata, it's $26. I really don't think that's a bad deal for this pizza. I feel like you get a personal pizza out somewhere else at like a sit-down restaurant and it's around 20 bucks for just a plain. Here they loaded this thing up with prosciutto and burrata, so for 26 bucks, I think it is quite fair. And I can't wait to dig into this side here. We gotta break ourselves off a little piece. I love how they also sprinkled some Parmesan over top once we received our pizza here. I don't think this is going to be a super crisp pizza. It is quite floppy. The undercarriage looks nice. It looks very nice and well done, but it's just very floppy. I think there's a lot of toppings on here, so that's probably not helping. There are definitely so many toppings on this pizza, including the amount of cheese that they are putting on here. That is definitely weighing it down. But the cheese is good. I really like the sauce, and the crust is good as well. The crust has a really good wood-fired, slightly burnt kind of flavor, and I love that creamy burrata on here. I'm so happy they didn't hold back on the burrata and the prosciutto. I just had pizza over at Pizza Ponte in Disney Springs, and I ordered their new Hawaiian slice, and there was barely any pork, there was barely any pineapple on there, and that is just the complete opposite. There is so much prosciutto, so much burrata on here, almost like borderline too much because it's making the pizza so floppy. But onto our Bianca side of the pizza, which has ricotta, mushrooms, arugula, and a truffle oil for $25 for the whole pie. The scent of that truffle oil is so strong, and this pizza here doesn't have a red sauce. It's just like a white cream-based sauce, I believe. Now this pizza has a ton of flavor. I think they were saving all of the garlic that the appetizers were lacking to put in this pizza here. It's garlicky, it's cheesy, it has a great mushroom flavor, and of course that truffle oil is amazing. I really like the arugula added on top here too. I think that's a nice touch. While I love truffle oil and any type of truffle flavor, I'm not a big fan of just straight up mushrooms on pizza, so I didn't know how I would feel about this, but I actually think I like this a little bit more than the prosciutto and burrata. It's also a lot less floppy. It's easier to eat. If I had to choose one pizza, I'd get the Bianca. But since you don't have to choose one pizza, you could try a bunch of other ones. But I do think this one here is a little bit better than the prosciutto and burrata, which is really surprising me. I thought I'd like the other one more. Well, our main entree has arrived and everything is looking really good. As you can see, we have a ton of food to try, and instead of ordering just a main entree, I decided to order 3 orders of pasta, or 3 half orders of pasta actually. And I have to emphasize how much I love that you can do this. I don't know any other restaurant that allows you to order like a half portion of something, but it's so great to be able to try a bunch of different things. And if you order a half portion of one thing and you end up really liking it, you could come back the next day or next month, whatever it may be, and order the full portion of it. But for now, we're gonna kind of taste test our way around the pastas. Starting with the pappardelle alla bolognese. This has a traditional bolognese and some pecorino. This is a half portion here, and it's definitely going to be plenty of food. I love these really thick noodles. These noodles are even more thick than a traditional pappardelle, I feel. Like, these are some really wide noodles. We got to cut this noodle in half here. Okay, some of that house-made pasta. This is my first taste test of their house-made pasta. Now this is really good. I actually think this is probably the best thing I have eaten from here so far. The meat sauce has a great flavor. You can taste the red wine, the veggies in there. You can just taste that it's been cooked low and slow. And the flavor is delicious. But the best part are the noodles. The pasta is so good. It's so thick. And I feel like you could just tell when pasta is homemade. Like when you eat it, it has that more al dente kind of taste to it, kind of texture. And this totally has that. The pasta is amazing here. And we almost have more sauce than pasta, but I'm not mad at that. This sauce is really good as well. The combo is great. I think I could just use a little more cheese. Good thing I have a little side of some grated Parmesan. I'm gonna sprinkle that on there. Needs a little bit more cheese. I like to load my Bolognese up with some cheese, but yeah, this is fantastic. And this half portion is perfect because you really do have so much meat in that sauce that it's almost like a full meal. Next up, we're gonna try the rigatoni with pesto, which has an arugula pesto, a Parmigiano Reggiano cream, and Stracciatella. This is like my ideal pasta. I love a pesto sauce and I love an Alfredo sauce, and I feel like this is a good mix of the two. We have the pasta that's been tossed in the pesto, and then on the other side of the dish, we have that Parmesan cream sauce, which should pair really, really well. And again, you can just tell this pasta is handmade just when you kind of pick it up with your fork. I actually might like this even more than I like the Bolognese. I feel like these rigatoni noodles are just cooked so beyond perfectly. The rigatoni just soaks up all of that sauce. And the pesto is pretty light. It's an arugula pesto, so it doesn't have that like strong in your face basil flavor. But this is like my ideal pasta here, for real. We got the pesto, we've got the cream. The pesto is light enough, but then you can make it a little bit richer when you mix in that cream sauce. Now we're moving on. This is the best thing I've ate so far today. The pastas just keep getting better and better. So let's see if our final pasta will beat out these two. These are the veal and mushroom ravioli. They have veal, spinach, ricotta, wild mushrooms, and a truffle essence. I guess I'm just going for all the mushrooms today. We got the mushroom on the pizza, and now we got this. And this is another dish that was not on my radar at all. I wasn't planning on ordering it until my server said that it was one of the most popular, best things on the menu. So got me very excited to try it out. Let's break into one of these ravioli. Cooked very al dente, I could feel. I want to show you guys the inside here. They're very thin ravioli. I feel like there's not that much filling at all. You guys see that? Let's try it out. I don't know, guys. This is really good as well. Well, I really like the ravioli and the pasta. I feel like my favorite part about this is this sauce. It's like a butter emulsion sauce. Not super heavy on the mushroom flavor, but really nice and creamy, a little lemony. Wow. This sauce is really good, and it pairs so well with the ravioli. And these aren't like any other ravioli I've ever had before. You know, usually they're square or circular, but these are kind of like flat, straight ravioli. Let me show you. So the half order came with 3 of these sheets of pasta. There's my other half that I haven't eaten yet so far right there, but you can see it's kind of just like a straight line of pasta. Then when you cut it in half, the filling is very light on the inside there. Look at that. It's a lot of spinach on the inside as well. But this type of ravioli is really working with this sauce. The sauce is so thick and creamy and delicious. And the ravioli are quite good as well. I really like how al dente they are. They're like borderline undercooked, but I kind of like that. These are really good. All 3 pastas, I would order exactly how I did next time I come back. I would just order these 3 pastas again because all 3 of these were great. Or maybe I should try another one. I don't know, because I liked all of these so much. So I have a feeling all the pastas on the menu are probably good. If all 3 of these are as good as they are, I can't choose a favorite. Well, we definitely saved the best for last with that pasta, but now we are on to dessert. And guys, I'm gonna have a tough time deciding what to get. They have a tiramisu, a stracciatella torta, which I've heard great things about, a chocolate dessert there, a panna cotta, a pistachio dessert, some gelati, some sorbet, and affogato. Everything seriously sounds so good. And then they got me down there with the cocktails, a signature espresso martini, which I have never tried from here, but I saw over here they have some house-made limoncello. So this is the Italian job. It's Chef Fabrizio's house-made cello flight for $19. So they let me know that there are actually 6 different types of cello that you can choose from, and they all change seasonally. So when you guys come, you may not have the same options, but I wrote down what they currently have so I could remember to tell you guys. So currently they have a mixed berry, a limoncello, a chocolate hazelnut, a honey cello, which they actually use beehives that are located on the property to make, which is pretty awesome. And they also have a banana and an orange crema, which both sound really interesting. And I knew I wanted to try the limoncello. You gotta go classic always. So I asked the server to bring me a limoncello, but I said, whatever the other two are, just decide your favorites, whatever for the other two. And she ended up bringing me a orange crema and a banana. So we've got 3 different types of cello to try. Let's start with the limoncello, right? Cheers, guys. Perfect way to end our meal. Okay, that's really good. Obviously very tart and very thick. And I gotta say, usually I'm not like a huge fan of limoncello. I enjoy it, but I would never go out of my way to order it. But I actually really like this. I feel like it's a lot like stronger and maybe like less citrusy than some other limoncellos that I have. So that is really good, and I bet it would be good in like a mixed cocktail. I wonder if they have some mixed cocktails with that limoncello. I'm sure they do, and I'm now wishing that I ordered one. But now we've got, what is this, the orange crema, I believe? Or is this banana? It's gotta be the crema one, right? Because it's kind of like milky. I was expecting it more to taste like a citrus swirl and very orangey, but it's more heavy on the crema flavor. It's very creamy and again, thick and strong as well. So our final one is the banana. Oh, I'm not sure if I like that one, guys. This one is so strong. As soon as I brought it up to my nose, I knew it was about to be strong. Honestly, all of these are strong, but I feel like the lemon one is like the most enjoyable. The banana one is like super strong, which I would have thought the opposite. I would think the banana would be like the sweetest. Woo, that's strong. We got like 3 shots here, guys. Wow, we're ending with a bang. To pair with our limoncello for dessert, I decided to order the Stacciatella tortoni. This has a toasted almond air cake, a graham almond crust, and an espresso fudge sauce for $13. I ordered this because I saw it in a video and it came highly recommended, but I don't think it had the same presentation. I think they might have changed things up. And since it said tortoni, I was thinking more, it was gonna be like more like a tart or a torte, but it looks like it's just a puck of ice cream in here, and it's been on my table for a while and it's still frozen solid. So let's break into this. Okay, it's definitely some stracciatella ice cream. Oh, there's like a crust on the bottom. Let's try and get some crust. Let's try and get some of that almond, like brittle. It's like an almond brittle on top. Some cake, some espresso fudge sauce. Okay, this is like the loaded bite, and I got one of the edible flowers. I lost a piece of cake. Oh man, this dessert is right up my alley. I totally thought that the stracciatella was ice cream. It's not. It's more of like a very light and fluffy mousse with those specks of shaved chocolate in there. And it's really good on its own. But then you pair it with all the other things. The espresso fudge is so rich and fudgy, and that espresso flavor coming through, absolutely fantastic. You only need those couple little drops because it is so rich. But the best part is that almond flavor. When you combine the espresso, the chocolate, the almond, the little mousse, the almond cake, the almond brittle, the almond flavor really, really comes through, really shines, and is so good. And you know I love like an almondy dessert. Yeah, this is really freaking good, guys. I love it. Well, that is going to do it tonight for our dinner at Ravello. We got off to a little bit of a rough start. The appetizers and the pizza were okay, they were good, but I totally expected it to blow me away, and none of the apps or the pizza really did that. But then when we got to the pasta, things kind of turned around. All 3 of the pasta dishes I ordered were fantastic, and I really loved the dessert as well. So is Ravello the best Italian restaurant at Disney World? I'm not quite sure if I can make that call yet. I feel like I need to dine there a couple more times for dinner to officially decide. But I will say I appreciate that everything is scratch made in-house, and the attention to detail in that restaurant I think are really great. And if you're a local or you're going to be on vacation during magical dining season, which I believe begins on August 14th, don't forget Ravello is also on the magical dining list. So you could get a great 3-course meal for $60 there. It's a great way to save some money and again, try a bunch of things. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think Ravello is the best Italian restaurant at Disney World? And if not, what is the best Italian restaurant? Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Thank you to everyone over on Patreon. I really, really appreciate your support. As always, if you enjoy honest Disney food reviews, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.